Okay, good morning and welcome to Iyun to Iyun. Today I want to talk about the first Mishnah in Perek Kol HaKelim, the 17th Perek Masech Shabbos. The Mishnah states, Kol HaKelim Yitalim Shabbos v'Yadal Say Animoy. Any movable object, you're allowed to move on Shabbos. Even there are doors with them. Aval Bishan Spark of Shabbos, even though it became unhinged on Shabbos. Now, if you have your jewelry box or you have your safe with your door on it, a movable object. This is in contradistinction to the end of the Mishnah, which talks about the door of a house. Right? Even though it was on the hinges on Shabbos, it fell off the hinges. You can't move it. You can't put it back on Shabbos. Even if you're not doing it in a way of binyan, you're still not putting it on Shabbos muksa, because you don't plan on putting it back on Shabbos because it's hard to do. Small doors, a safe, or a jewelry box or something like that, you plan on putting it back on Shabbos, even if it falls off. Now, what about if it fell off before Shabbos? So the Rav Tanura says, "Afal pishin sparkle lasas min hakelim kodem Shabbos. He's talking about Shabbos agam hakelim." This doesn't make sense to me, because if you didn't plan on putting it back, I think he means only if you plan on putting it back. Since it's easy to put it back, it fell off. So because you have das for it, right? This is usually the way we understand muksa. We're talking about muksa in this parak. Muksa means that amakset midaito. I don't have in mind for something. It's not usable. It's not serving any function for Shabbos. If I had in mind to make it useful on Shabbos, to use it for a specific purpose, like even a stone, right? I plan on using it as a paperweight or something like that. So if I had das for it, maybe you have to do something, a maisa, to show that you plan on using it on Shabbos, then I remove it from muksa, maksa midaito, because I plan on using it on Shabbos. Here also the door falls off and I plan on reassembling it on Shabbos, it's not muksa. The Rav seems to be saying, even if I planned on it, but I don't know, you have to look in the Gemara, but I would say only if you planned on reassembling it on Shabbos. And then the Mishnah is clear. The Mishnah says, Aval Bishan is sparkle with Shabbos, right? You can move any kli with its delis. That'll say anymore when it's attached. That's what I think a Mishnah means. Aval Bishan is sparkle with Shabbos. And even if the door falls off on Shabbos, right, since it is easy to reassemble, not like the door of your house, so therefore, you're probably going to put it back on Shabbos, even if it falls on Shabbos, since it's muchan at the beginning of Shabbos. Muksa is very important in Bein HaShmashos, right? The period of Bein HaShmashos is between Shki and Zezek Chavim on Friday evening. If it was muchan, if it served the purpose at that time, you weren't maksa midait, you plan on using it on Shabbos, even though it falls off, and a lot of times people are not going to use a door of a safe, right? Unless you put it back, it's not really functional. Since it was mucha beginning of Shabbos, so therefore, even if I didn't plan on putting it back, it's since a lot of times people would reassemble it on Shabbos, I could take that door and put it back. It's not muksa. However, if it fell off before Shabbos, I think it has to be that you have das to put it back on Shabbos, and I don't know if that's what the Rav is saying. Rav is saying no matter what, even if it fell off on before Shabbos. I think that's the way he learns the beginning of the Mishnah. Right? I mean, we're talking about where it fell off before Shabbos, because that wouldn't really make sense. And the Mishnah continues, Shabbos. If it was attached to the beginning of Shabbos, that's certainly not mucham, because it was functional as part of the kli, right, to close the door of the safe. So it must be that the beginning of the Mishnah is talking about where it was attached. And even if it fell off on Shabbos, right, since it was at the beginning of Shabbos, it was attached, then it's okay. But if it fell off before Shabbos, and I didn't have plans to use it to reassemble on Shabbos, then it would be muksa. That's the way I would understand this Mishnah. Hope you enjoyed today's share. See you with the next one.